Hi guys, and welcome back to another Division 2 video. In today's video I'm going to talk about the best in-slot gears for a DPS build, and this way it'll give you an idea of a few key items that can be used in any DPS build, so that way you can farm for these if you're using the same pieces in other builds. So with that being said, let's get into it. So firstly I'm going to cover 3 items which can be used for any DPS build whatsoever. There should be no reason you should use anything else, because of the way the current meta is at the moment, it's just all about getting as much red mods and attributes within the build. So the first 3 that I'm going to cover you can use in any build. So firstly I want to cover 3 pieces that you can use in any DPS build. There should be no reason why you don't use these 3 pieces, and I will explain as the video goes on. But the first piece you want to get is the Coyotes Mask, and you can get this at level 35 in the season pass. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you will already have this, and there's a few reasons why this is the go-to mask. Firstly, because it comes with 3 red attributes, well minded anyway, and I've not heard of anybody else's that didn't. It comes with weapon damage, crit chance and crit damage. As you can see, I am missing a bit of crit chance and crit damage in this particular mask, but we'll get onto that in a minute. And it comes with a red mod slot as well, so you can obviously put a critical hit damage mod like myself, or if you run an assault rifle build, for instance, you could maybe fill that with a critical hit chance mod. And the talent packed instincts is just why this mask is a go-to for any build. So between 0 and 15 meters, you have an additional 25% critical hit damage. So as you can imagine with this SMG build, I am going to be close up. So 25% extra critical hit damage is brilliant. I'm probably going to already have a max 60% critical hit chance anyway, so I don't need that at all. But if you're an LMG, assault rifle, or even a rifle player, you're probably going to be hitting between the 15 and 25 meter range, which gives you an additional 10% critical hit damage and 10% critical hit chance. And then for the marksman rifle players, or if you are hitting shots for over 25 meters away, you will get 25% critical hit chance. So this mask is undeniably the best item of gear in the mask slot. If you're doing a DPS build and you haven't got this on, I think you're probably doing things a little bit wrong, so yeah. But also if you didn't get a good drop, so mine's a good drop but it's not the greatest, you can actually farm this mask now, and you can do that by farming Coyote in the Jefferson Trade Center mission. So if you do that on challenging or above, you will have a chance to drop a mask, so you can farm for a god roll one. Second piece I want to talk about is the Petrov named gloves called Contractor's Gloves. So it doesn't matter if you're not using an LMG, these are just a go-to pair of gloves, and I'd be very surprised if anybody, again, who's looking for a high DPS build would use anything else other than these. So you obviously get your weapon damage as your core attribute. Now your first attribute, damage to armor, will always be maxed. So if you didn't already know, the way you should tier your weapon damage is weapon damage, damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and headshot damage. That's usually a good little tier system to go off. So if you're getting 11% damage to armor by using these, they are obviously going to be really important for this build. Now, as you can see, I've got 12% critical hit damage on these. But if you were running, I don't know, like say a build where you had a lot of crit damage but you wanted the max crit chance, you could change that to crit chance. So again, you shouldn't be using anything else within this slot other than these gloves. Now thirdly, it's the named Overlord Ornaments knee pads called Fox's Prayer. Similar to the way the gloves work, you get weapon damage and then you get a max roll of damage to targets out of cover. And then again, you can either go for crit hit damage or crit hit chance in the bottom slot. And the beauty of these, or the Petrov gloves, if you are running a rifle build or an LMG build, your weapon damage, as in rifle damage and LMG damage, is already covered within these 2 pieces. So great, you know, you've got that. But if you haven't got that, then that moves us onto our holster. Now for me personally, I think if you're running an SMG build, get a Sokolov holster. If you're running an assault rifle build, get a Fenris holster. And the reason I suggest using the holster slot as your weapon damage is just because only 2 gears within the game that now come with talents. So to get perfect talents, attributes and brand set is just a little bit too overwhelming. So for me personally, I suggest using the holster to get yourself the necessary weapon damage. So as you can see for this particular build, I've got the SMG damage, which works out great. Now, don't get me wrong, if you really wanted to get a Sokolov chest piece, you could, because, as I'll go into in a minute, it comes with a red mod slot. So as you can see, this Seska Viroba chest piece comes with a blue mod slot, so I've got incoming repairs on it. It's not the greatest, but as you can see here, I do have a Sokolov Concern chest piece, and it does come with a red offensive mod slot. So if you do get the perfect either Sokolov piece for SMG, Fenris chest piece for the assault rifles, in fact I haven't got a Fenris chest piece to show you, but I'm pretty sure that does come with a red mod slot as well. Brilliant. But if not, just put it on the holster. Now moving on to the chest piece, as I mentioned before, you've got to concentrate on 3 core red attributes and a red gear mod slot, and a good brand and a good talent. So for me, it's best just farming chess pieces on the map for a while until you get a decent chess piece. But a few of the main chess pieces with red mod slots on them are Providence Defense, Sokolov, Petrov, and I'm pretty sure a Fenris chess piece as well. But personally, I wouldn't worry too much about the brand set. I'd worry more about the attributes and the talents. So the go-to talents usually for chess pieces are either Unbreakable or Obliterate, and I'll show you them now in the library, just in case I haven't got any pieces to...
You looking for something special?
So if you go to chess pieces and go to talents, you can see Unbreakable here. So when your armor is depleted, repairs 95% of your armor, which obviously you can imagine would be really, really good. And then we've also got Obliterate. So if you are running a critical hit chance build, critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds, stacks up to 15 times. So an extra 15% weapon damage if you are hitting those crits. So an SMG or a high critical hit assault rifle build to get enough stacks within the 5 seconds is probably what I'd go for. Now moving on to the bag, I've got a Group of Sombra bag, and to be honest, now moving on to the bags, I've got a Group of Sombra bag. It comes with 15% critical hit damage just for the one piece, so it is pretty overpowered. Obviously then you go for your 3 red attributes, and if you do get a perfect build, unfortunately this wasn't far off perfect, but if I didn't have to roll the weapon damage, I could have rolled that utility mod into a red. But that's the problem with Group of Sombra, and also if you look over here, Seska, they come with utility and defense mod slots because of those first brand set bonuses that come with it. So the Seska give you the 10% crit chance, which is a mod on its own, and again the Group of Sombra comes with critical hit damage and then critical hit damage on the attributes. Don't get me wrong, a Group of Sombra bag with critical hit damage is a brand set bonus, attribute, and potentially a mod if you got the perfect bag would be great. But if you don't have that, again just look for a backpack with a red mod slot. And the talent that probably people are going for is Unstoppable Force. As you can see there, killing an enemy increases total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times. Or they're going for the straight up Composure talent, which I haven't actually got to show you, but I'll show you again in the library. And basically it gives you 15% weapon damage whilst in cover. So again, I'm just thinking along the lines of a DPS build. These two are probably the go-to talent for bags, but I must give a good shout out for Versatile. I've been using it in PvE on level 4 control points, and it is really good. So on my rifle build, as you probably see, I'm running a M1A and a Nemesis. So it amplifies total weapon damage for 10 seconds just by swapping your primary to your secondary and vice versa. So if you're running a shotgun and an SMG, which not many people do, you get an extra 35% weapon damage in a 15 meter range. For rifles and marksman rifles, you get 35% weapon damage, and that's when it's further than 25 meters. And if you're thinking about control points, then obviously that is going to be really clutch. And then you get 10% between 15 and 25 meters for LMGs and assault rifles. So if you can't get one of these two, which I'd probably say are more based around, well, Unstoppable Force is probably based around PvP more than the others, but yeah, they're probably a couple of go-to talents. But if you do get lucky and get a Seska Perfect clutch bag, which I haven't got to show you, you can actually pick up a Seska bag and it comes with Perfect clutch. That would also be good for an SMG build. Now that's basically what everyone's going for nowadays. So as you can see, I'm running the mask, the gloves, the knee pads in this rifle build as well. Now I am running a Providence Defense chest piece with Perfect glass cannon, so I use this for PvE and sometimes PvP, and it comes with the red mod slot. So as you can see from a rifle point of view, it's basically similar to the way the SMG build is. And if you just have a look through my other builds now, so even this one, an explosive build that I'm putting together with the Merciless, comes with those 3 pieces as well. And then if I look at obviously the SMG build I showed you before, it comes with them 3 pieces and a few changes. And the same with the assault rifle build I'm working on. So you get the idea. Coyotes Mask, named Petrov gloves, named Petrov knee pads. Use your holster unless you get a perfect gold roll chest piece or bag for your weapon damage, and then you can go for a red mod slot on your chest piece in your bag if applicable, and build it around the talents really, just so you're getting the most out of the build. But that's it for today, guys. If you did enjoy this little breakdown of in-slot gears, do let me know down in the comments below. If you've actually got any suggestions for gears to be added to this build, or to give your suggestions to others, please do comment down below. I would love to see those and discuss them with you. But if you did enjoy today's Division 2 video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe for more Division 2 content, and until next time, Agent out.